All right, welcome back to episode 17 of the podcast. Today's going to be a little different. We're going to touch on 3 teams, and we're going to explain what our future of this podcast entails from an uploading standpoint. I'm here, as always, with Cameron Jared Mansky. How you doing today, Cameron?
I'm doing good, Evan Daniel. How are you?
I'm doing great, We just gave away. Now, the next step is just giving our social security numbers away.
Yeah, that's it.
Pretty much. Now, if they're a regular listener,
Yeah.
they know everything about us.
Uh-huh.
How old we are,
Right.
what our plans in life are,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
What team you want to go to first? I think we should save the Vikes for last.
Yeah.
Do you want to go... Where do you want to go first? Where are you thinking first? I mean... Okay, we can touch on this. The Gopher football team, I know we don't really cover them. They got boat race today in Ohio State, which was very likely.
Yeah, it was expected today. Oh my gosh. Just look at that. I mean...
dislike PJ Fleck after this game. I think his play calling and the way he handled the game was terrible, but we can sit and talk about this forever too, though. That's the problem. Like, every team you can sit and talk about for so long.
Yeah.
That's the problem with every team we root for.
Very true. Yeah. The Gophers, disappointing.
You got the sweatshirt on, so I had to...
Oh.
I had to bring it in,
Yeah. Well, I figured that maybe I could give them a little bit of magic today, and it clearly just did not work, so...
I think the first team we could touch on
they just won.
No, I think we got to go to the hockey team.
Oh, the Wild. Yes.
The shit show that is going on in St. Paul and the XL Energy Center.
And Sweden.
Now the road is in Sweden.
Yeah.
They lost this morning against Ottawa. It's not good. I know you don't watch as much hockey as I do. There's nothing wrong with it, because at this rate, if you're trying to get into hockey like you are, it's hard to watch the Wild right now.
Yeah.
It's like the cliche thing with hockey. It's with every sport, like everything you try to do, you do it a good thing. Like, they need to score more goals. Like, it's a cliche thing to say. They need to score more goals, but they also need to stop the goals, because both of the goalies, Gustafsson and Fleury, haven't played good at all. Like, they've given up so many goals, and they just don't score goals. So you look at that, and you're like, well, you're a bad team. That's obviously... You can sit here, and that's all you really need to say right now. They just need to get it going.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and probably lose in the first round again, like they do every year.
If they even get there.
At this rate, I don't know if they're going to get there, because if they keep playing like this, people are going to lose hope. Because I feel like every time like a team in Minnesota does good, so like the Vikings, the Wolves, anybody, I feel like everybody says like that city is so hardcore when they get good. But right now, you're going to start losing people and interest very quick at this rate.
Mm-hmm.
They play Toronto tomorrow in Sweden at 10 a.m. Or not 10 a.m. They played at 10 a.m. today. They play at, I think it's 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Jeez.
So I'll get up and watch that game. Probably get pissed off. They'll probably lose. And then watch football day and then watch a Sunday night game.
Yeah.
I don't know. What are your initial thoughts? I know you probably haven't watched many games so far.
I've watched.
And I don't blame you, because at this rate, I've watched a couple games and you just sit here and you're like, is it start time to watching something else?
Yeah.
Especially the way the basketball team's playing right now. It's kind of hard if they play at the same time to turn the Wild game on instead of watching Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm. I've watched a few games, just trying to soak everything in, I guess. At the games that I've watched, they actually play pretty well, so maybe that's a recipe for success. I don't know.
Maybe that's it. You just have to watch every single game.
It could be.
Just let it ride, I guess.
Never would I have thought that getting up at 8 a.m. to watch a
Did you get up this morning?
No.
I was going to say, that's a hardcore fan. The only reason I watched it is I was at work, so that's the only reason I really had the game on. Usually I probably wouldn't have even watched it. No one cared. But it's kind of a cool experience.
Sure.
To go to Sweden, because the Wild are pretty much, it's like 8 players on the Wild right now. 7 or 8 players are from Sweden, so it's kind of a cool experience for them.
Yeah.
Especially.
No, it's kind of like watching the London games for the NFL, even though I feel like either of them. Like, I don't think I'd get it, unless if it was obviously like the Vikings playing, but I don't know. I guess it's not much to get up and watch, but it just feels so irregular. So, but even for hockey, like a sport that I have never watched,
Yeah.
still don't like fully give my full attention to.
You just needed it, like, the best way for you to get into hockey, you just need to watch hockey.
Yeah.
That's the biggest, I mean,
I
it's
mean,
really, that you learn everything if you just watch the game. That's with every sport.
the
You
only
just watch the games.
game that I really watched fully wasn't even the NHL earlier this year. It was Minnesota versus oh boy, what was that team from Connecticut? Was it Connecticut? Who they lost to last year?
The championship?
Yeah,
Quinnipiac?
Quinnipiac. Yeah, that was the game that I watched.
Why wasn't Brock Faber on the ice? That's all I'll say about that one. But Brock Faber's actually been the highlight of the Wild. That was a good segue there, buddy.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Getting the podcasting under the hand.
Not that I tried to do that, but hey.
No, I don't know. It's hard to sit here, and I mean it's hard, but it's not because it's like me and you both, we support the teams through the thick and thin.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't matter. Like with any sport, we'll still tune in and watch them.
Right.
It just gives us something to bitch about, really. I mean, honestly, complain about.
Yeah. I mean, Faber's looking pretty solid.
Faber's the best defenseman right now because
Right.
Spurgeon's been out for a decent amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, Eric Sinek isn't playing horrible. I mean, he's
No.
not.
The one big thing with that is Kaprizov. Kaprizov isn't being himself.
Right.
You can tell Kaprizov's not happy. Which I just don't get it. I guess he just needs to start scoring again because scoring goals makes you happy. I guess that's what you can look at.
Yeah, the stretches they've had where they've given up 5+ goals is just not pretty. And I don't know if that's because of the offensive lackluster or because Marc-Andre Fleury and Gustavsson are just not doing their jobs. But, you know, it doesn't help out your offensive side for sure if that's the case.
I just don't get it. Like, I mean, I wonder how long it will be until we see Jesper Wallstedt up in the show because, I mean, he's on the trip with Sweden right now, but the way Gustafsson and Fleury have played at the beginning of the year is brutal. And if Jesper Wallstedt is half of the prospect that everybody says he is, he could be a spark plug and maybe help this team go on a little heater. But I really don't know. It's early yet. Like, that's the thing we don't really think about. The Wolves and the Wild are both early on in their season, so you can sit here and nitpick the first 10 games when the next 50 they could go 30-20, and it could be a whole different conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So you just got to give it time. We're not even a month in yet. I mean, these are just our initial thoughts. They just got to pick it up. They got to score more, and they got to give up fewer goals a game.
Right.
It's cliche to say, but that's all they really need to do.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all really I have on the Wild, just because sit here and nitpick at everybody that's not playing good. So I think we just go to the next team.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like what we said about the Twins. They just had to keep scoring runs, getting the
They
bats
did.
going. And they did.
And they did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So clearly, hopefully this works as well.
Okay. I
I'm
like that.
just saying consistency, you know.
The Cam good curse.
Worked before.
We're used to curses in Minnesota, not good curses though.
Well, at this point, it's not surprising, you know. You just you see a bad game, you see a bad incident, you see a choke show, and it's just kind of like...
Just Minnesota, the carousel continues. Just hop on,
It's like, yeah,
buy your jerseys, buy your sporting equipment.
spend your
with the-
money, yeah, and you just like...
Jump on the carousel.
Yeah, it's a never-ending cycle.
The bus to hell. That's what I call it.
Yeah, never-ending cycle that you buy into around the ripe age of 7 or 8 years old when you start paying attention to sports, and yeah, you'll never get yourself out of it because they always build you up, and then boom.
I will
break
say
you down.
though, whenever a Minnesota team wins, it's like the greatest thing ever.
Oh my god,
It's
yeah.
like it takes a little bit of the pain away, but there's a lot of pain involved. If you're a sports fan looking for a new city to root for,
Yeah.
I highly recommend you go elsewhere. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
You've taken years off me and Cam's young lives already.
Yeah, it's every game. It's something new.
Doesn't matter what sport, what team. It's just something happens, and you're like, why did I pick this city?
Right. Probably a game that probably almost could take at least a year off of our lives was tonight with the Timberwolves.
Another good segue. God, you're on fire right now, Cam. The podcasting is getting to your head, and I love it.
Hey, when you take that long of a break, you just kind of
It wasn't even that long. It's like a week, right?
Yeah. Okay, we'll explain it later, but basically the Wolves tonight played the Pelicans. They've been on the road for the last week. They haven't been at home in a long time, and lost to the Suns.
Got absolutely boat raced by the Suns.
Which the Suns couldn't miss at all. They were just hitting every single shot.
And Booker and KD get every single foul.
Oh, I know.
It is like, really, like, at what point is it like, it's pretty much, some games in the NBA is like whoever gets the most fouls, and the Wolves aren't like, the good killers for the Wolves right now are Cat, Ant, and Jaden, and they aren't like household names like a Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, so they don't get as many calls as they do. Mm-hmm. And there's some NBA games where it just goes, whoever gets the most fouls wins, essentially.
I'm just
not saying that's the reason they lost in Phoenix. They got destroyed.
Yeah. Part of it is just, you play such good D, but there's better offense involved. And, like I said, they just could not miss at all. And every shot that they took, the first half they scored 70-some points, if not 80.
I think it was 71-51.
Yeah. It was
they were down by 20 at the break or something like that.
Very high-scoring game, and it just never ever, the lead never got any more closer. It just kept going and going, and they obviously beat us by 18 points.
That's a bad game, but we can't look at just that game because they are 9-3 through 12 games, and they're playing great.
Yeah.
And the Suns on paper are a better team. I would have liked a little bit more fight though, because it just seems like they got down by 20 and they just kind of laid down, and they're like, we play in New Orleans on Saturday night, so why try to win this game when if they would have won that Phoenix game, it would have been a lot different. Like, everybody would have jumped on the T-Wolves bandwagon.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the T-Wolves are 9-3 right now, and this is with every sport. We get no love. The Wolves get no love. The Suns and all these teams that have the three-headed monsters. We have a three-headed monster right now. Jaden, Ant, and Cat, and you hear about nothing. You never hear about it. We're 9-3. We're second in the West, third in the West.
Yeah.
It's if you keep going up, they're showing Memphis more than they're showing us, and Memphis is a train wreck.
Mm-hmm.
Ja's probably going to shoot some more people, and he's going to be done for the year. I hate you, Ja Morant.
Yeah, well, it's just we're used to it, Well, I guess the Vikings are getting some love, but Timberwolves, this is the first time in a long time that they've started this great coming out of the gate in the season, and it's nice and refreshing to see. The defense is one of the best, maybe not as of lately, but definitely last week, they were ranked towards the top, if not the best defense in the NBA, and of course, kudos to, Ant, and Rudy's been playing pretty well on D this year, Jaden, of course, and so you got your five guys, and hopefully, knock on wood, that they all stay healthy, because this team can be dangerous. They just have to put it all together, and Ant has to be the guy.
I think they finally found, the Wolves finally have that superstar. Cat's been here for 9 years tonight. That's the first time it occurred to me, he's almost been here a decade. He's been good. He's been great at some points, but he's not, the superstar. Ant's in, his third year? Or is this his fourth year?
This is technically his fourth year.
And he's a killer. He's a superstar. It's awesome to see that.
Yeah.
The one other thing I'll add with the Wolves is this great start. Now, you can't, in, December, January, just give up for a month and just fall back in the pack. You got to keep this up. Because you got to stay out of the play-in. I know it's early. We don't really stress with the playoffs this early. But this team is different than the last teams.
Yeah.
I think this team is better than the team with, Pat Bev and them. Even though I would have loved... That's the one thing I really don't think we have a lot of is depth. Other than Nas and Nah coming off the bench...
Yeah.
That's where, you have 7 good players. Kyle Anderson is terrible. I don't know why. Even tonight, we said, why is he, with 7 minutes to go down, we were down 12, 10?
Yeah.
Why is he running the ball up the floor?
Well, even in the final minutes he was in. And, Here's the thing. I think Kyle Anderson makes me think that anybody can make the NBA because I just don't know what the dude excels at, honestly.
I think me speed walking's faster than him bringing up the court.
I mean,
I'm not fast by any means.
he's got the wackiest, which he shot 40. I think he shot high 30s or low 40s in 3-point percentage last year. Sure, but dude's got the wackiest form I have ever
Have you
seen.
seen his free throws?
It's like
God.
he hesitates like 3 times. You don't think it's gonna go in, then he just somehow makes it. I don't know. He's slow. I don't. Whatever. But hey, Nas Shake.
Shakes.
He's tonight. No, but
He's not like we signed him to a good deal. He's better than Jalen Noel, which is mainly the reason they signed him.
Mm-hmm.
He's not very proven. He didn't get that many minutes in Philadelphia. So I think if there's like a point in the season where he's getting 20, 30 minutes a night, he might improve.
sure.
I mean, he's not getting like every game like 15 to 20 minutes a game. He's getting upwards of 10 minutes maybe. He's usually in the 5 to 7, 8 minute range. So you can't really do much in 8 minutes in a basketball game. If you miss your first 2 shots, you're like, well, if I'm only going to get 6 more minutes, 7 more minutes, I'm not going to keep shooting.
Yeah.
What if he gets 20 minutes, 25 minutes a night? He can shoot a couple more times and maybe he makes one and then he finds his stroke.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I had about him. I like that signing, though. I think it's more... He's better than a lot of guys. I think he's better than McLaughlin and Noel.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you run an 8-man rotate. Yeah. Jaden McDaniels, future Vikings quarterback.
Jaden McDaniels.
Jaden Daniels, not the Mick.
Cam.
Sorry.
We'll get there later.
Sorry, not the Mick. Unless if Jaden McDaniels wants to play 2 sports, sure.
Deion, baby.
Yeah, so the Wolves run 8-9 man rotation. It's pretty normal in the NBA, but it would be nice to be able to incorporate some other guys just to get your main 5 some rest. But hey, I mean, I trust 8 of those 9 guys, and one of those guys being Kyle Anderson, the guy that I don't really trust. And
You trust him, or did you say you didn't trust him?
8 of the 9 I trust.
Okay. I thought you said he was one of the 8. I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
Cam, we
no.
can just pack this up.
He is
We're
the guy
done.
that is not included in that 8. So, but yeah, they got a good thing going. I think they just need to get back home, and obviously they haven't been playing their kind of ball the last 2 games. I think the Warriors game really kind of threw things off the course, and that game was wild within itself. I mean,
Draymond Green, I hate. Like that's so dumb. Like, why go after Rudy?
Yeah.
Like what is Rudy? I mean, all due respect, me and you, we're not very high on Rudy. We're not very low. We're kind of middle of the road with Rudy.
yeah,
But like, what is like Rudy Gobert? Like he's not even like involved in it.
no.
And I would take Rudy Gobert in a fight against Draymond every day of the week.
Yeah, and also Steve Kerr, like in his post-game press conference, like, dude, you got to look back at the film because Rudy didn't have his hands on, Clay's neck at all. Like, he was just trying to pull him away. Like, he went after Jaden first. And then all of a sudden, here comes Draymond just jumping all over Rudy, even though he wasn't the guy who even started everything. And now he gets a 5-game suspension. And I think that things just like that really threw us off. And
I will say, Golden State is when Steph Curry's not playing, they're a mess.
oh, they're
That's a mess. Like Curry is like that team.
Yeah.
Like, the supporting cast is good, obviously, with like Wiggins and stuff, but like they are a mess when Steph doesn't play.
yeah.
Like Steph is the only reason that team is good. Because I mean, Klay Thompson, is it time to say that he's getting a little washed?
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, usually like 2-3 years ago, even like 5 years ago in his heyday, like he would like Curry wouldn't play and they'd still win by 20 because Klay would drop 40, no problem. Now it's like that game. I mean, granted, he only played, 2 minutes, 30 seconds?
Yeah.
Something like that. So I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it just shows that the T-Wolves are a good team because when they beat teams like the Pelicans and the shorthanded Warriors, if you're a good team, you beat those, but if you're a bad team, you don't. It doesn't matter. A win's a win. They beat the shorthanded Pelicans by 1. What did they beat Golden State by the other night?
Thank you.
3. Stats guy Bryson over there jerking his Major Melon Mountain Dew. Just ripping TikTok during the podcast.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Yeah, just being on the road, going Golden State to Phoenix to New Orleans. I mean, it's been tough, playing on the road for almost an entire full week. But once we get back, I think we'll start playing our style of basketball, and I think we can only get better, and I just think that right now we're playing down to the level of our competition. And like you said, good teams find ways to win no matter what that is, whatever case that may be. Unfortunately for the 2022 Minnesota Vikings, that doesn't count. But
I can't cover the spread down until I have some few wise words for that. So
yeah,
we don't need to talk about
We don't need to talk about them because we love Beeflo.
Yeah, Beeflo is dad. But what do they got this week? They got the Knicks on Monday, and then the Sixers on Wednesday. So the Knicks, they should win. They should beat Philly. Will be a good game. That is like, if you can beat Philly, I think you'll get more national attention. Which I mean, as much as I say that we never get it, I don't mind that we don't get it. Just because I feel like whenever a Minnesota team gets like the national attention, they just shit the bed, and it's the never-ending carousel.
Yeah,
just get on and put your paint on your face and. Yay, go Wolves.
Right.
And then they just
I don't know. They play the Knicks. Brunson dropped 32 tonight. He's been having a great season because he's on my fantasy team.
Oh.
Playing real good. I'm about to be 4-0 also.
In the Dynasty League?
Yeah.
Well, I drafted that team a month ago, and I haven't looked at it since. So I got Seatbelt McDaniels on my bench, though, so that's all that matters.
I got Nas on my bench.
Nas? Is it Nas or Nas? Because every time you say it, it's like Nas. I'm like, is it?
Nas?
Yeah, the last time you said it was a little different.
Nas?
Sorry.
Nas? Nas?
Nas, yeah, there you go. You just said it. Nas.
Nas.
Is it? God, this is we're getting so off topic, but I love it.
Nas? Nas? I don't know.
Jesus.
What if is his full name Nazareth?
I don't. Stats guy Bryson.
Nazareth?
Look that up right now.
Producer
Bryson,
/stats guy / TikTok editor /
everything.
Thumbnail creator /
He does everything that another person doesn't do.
Yeah, he's a utility
podcast.
guy. Yeah. Anywho.
Who are we talking about?
We don't know.
Just like the guys on TikTok? Just like the
just like
side guys?
Just like,
Side eye?
He's
side eye.
We definitely...
We definitely don't have 4 guys in the podcast. This definitely isn't just a 3-man show.
We definitely have 2 people creating clips for us.
Oh, look at that comparison.
We'll let you guys figure that out for yourself. Oh, Jane. Sorry. Shit.
God,
sorry.
Geez.
Oh my God. Well,
hey, stats guy. What we doing here, buddy? What's his name?
Is his full name Nazareth?
One job.
One
job, and he didn't
actually
do
like
it.
7 jobs, but
Well,
7 jobs.
It would be nice if we had it out.
Nazarene? Dang it.
Nazarene.
That's pretty cool.
Wow. You
Nah,
went to LSU?
He didn't.
LSU athletes in Minnesota.
Skull SU, baby.
Just 13 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist.
Oh,
Nice.
see, now he reads a stat line off. That's how you know you are a certified stat guy.
Well, you are hired again
Yeah,
for the 5th time.
Well, I mean, it's not really hired. We're kind of volunteering
it's like
right now.
It's like a promotion kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. Who's this guy?
I know, right? Georgia State recruits.
Should we just get to football? Did we touch on the Wolves long enough?
Football! Yeah.
Okay. Football Sunday.
We revert back to football so quickly.
Because football is our main thing.
We should just be a football podcast.
No, we need to be them all. We can rip the Twins more next year because you know the Twins now.
I do know the Twins. They exist.
And the Wolves. And Wolves guy.
The Wolves, hey, I always knew that the Wolves were like my second kind of like
See, for me, it
interest.
probably goes Vikings, Twins, and then the Wild and the Wolves are tied in 3rd place.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Huh.
Well,
I've always loved hockey.
yeah, I feel like they...
I can
shut
guess
that
yours.
cat up.
I can guess yours. It goes, for you, it goes I'm gonna get a little mean here. Vikings, Wolves, blank space, Twins, blank space, Wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of figured that.
I never grew up with, like, interest in hockey ever.
See, I did, because, dude, when you're like 5 years old and you get the first NHL game on your Xbox, and you can just hit guys with the joysticks, it's like the greatest thing ever.
The only time I was ever on the ice was for your birthday parties.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah,
See?
can you just let her go?
I was like a wannabe hockey player, but I played basketball because, I mean, I was 4'2" in like 7th grade. I didn't hit my growth spurts till like 8th grade. I was small, and I'm still small. I'm not big.
Yeah.
You're like 6'4".
I'm 6'2".
Close enough. You round up, so 6'3" pretty much.
Yeah, and then with shoes, like...
Yeah, with shoes, 6'5".
Yeah, and nobody likes an odd number, so
No,
technically
yeah,
6'6".
6'6". Yeah.
We're getting a little off topic.
No, it's fine.
No,
That's podcasting.
this is called podcasting.
You can't...
This is the Bold North Sports podcast.
You have like a rough estimate of what you want to say, and then me and Cam's minds just go different directions for
He is hurt.
5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this guy... Hi. Those are keys.
This cat comes into like every single one of our videos.
I know.
I mean, I wonder if people just watch it because they're cat people.
It could be.
They could care less about this. They just like watch the whole video on YouTube and they're like, when's the cat gonna come on the screen?
Bold North Cats.
We should
The fiercest...
I have to cut that.
Kidding.
I think one podcast we should just put the cat right here. Just see how long it stays.
Just right here.
Hey, how you doing, pal? No.
Don't throw it.
No.
Can we pan the camera?
Don't put it on the microwave.
Just kidding. If we had a fourth person, we could.
Who is the fourth person? Actually, we do have 4 people. No, not really.
Do we?
I mean, really? Let's look.
I don't know. I really hope he doesn't watch the full length of this.
I don't think he does. Well, doesn't he edit them?
Oh, I do that.
I love doing this now. I think this is like my favorite thing to do.
We're not even talking about sports. We're just...
Dude, but this is podcasting too. Remember the one time we did the podcasting thing? The one time I was like, we should just rip a podcast, and then we talking about Puka Nakua.
That I accidentally left in.
Yeah, it's fine.
If any of you heard, Puka has a girlfriend, so he is probably getting...
Isn't he Mormon too?
He is. He went to BYU. Jaron Hall was throwing tutties to him.
Yeah, Jared Hall's all concussed.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a good segue. This is why we have a podcast.
Jaron Hall not playing this week. Nick
Justin Jefferson not playing this week.
Marcus Davenport not playing this week.
Marcus Davenport, he can go to Subway and start cooking me a foot long.
Dude, he
I'm
can
hungry.
give at
But
least...
you watch. Just because of what he is, he'll come back. What? I don't even know the Lions game, and he'll have like 5 sacks in 3 games. You just watch.
Dude, he's a wrecking to, he's got to deal, you got to deal with him, but like, dude cannot just get on the, he just cannot stay on the field.
Dude, we just need to put him in bubble wrap.
Him and a Caleb Evans are
And
just like,
Evans hasn't been hurt that much.
dude, he
Well,
had 3
last
concussions last year.
Last year, this year he's been, he's been on the field. Has he been productive? Iffy.
I mean,
Kai Blackman clears.
Mekhi Blackman is.
He is now my favorite. No, Ivan Pace.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, can't forget Ivan. Ivan's just an animal.
Ivan is something else, dude. He is, like, it's crazy the amount of screenplays that he just, like, weaves and dodges and then makes the play.
Short Kings go crazy sometimes.
Yeah, whoever passed on him.
Quasi passed on him 7 times.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, that's the thing. Like, if you look at Ivan Pace, like, undrafted free agent, but you had picks, why didn't you just pick him? Mm-hmm. I don't know. Andre Carter, we both knew he was going to be good. He's being productive in the 10 snaps he gets a game.
Yeah, I mean, Army guy, 6'7". I mean,
He's pretty much Cam Maskey's height. So, like,
he's pretty
on
much
the defense, Cam is compared to Andre Carter, and I'm compared to Ivan Pace.
Yeah,
size-wise.
It's pretty much me, but like 200 pounds
But
lighter.
the one thing that those guys have and we don't, I think you can guess, it's not even involving the football field. Well, that too.
What?
Just the light bulb will come off in your head soon.
What? Women?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Ivan
Damn.
Pace? Yeah.
Damn
Dude,
it.
hey, Ivan Pace is a cutie.
I know he is.
He
Okay, this is getting
a-
very off topic.
he's a
now.
handsome man. So is Kirk Cousins.
Well, so I mean, I guess we can just officially ring in the Vikings.
Yeah, we
beat-
kind
they
of
beat the
been.
Saints. What was the final score? I was at the
Oh, it
game.
was
I-
27-19. Thanks, Mr.
Is that
Producer.
scoregami? Did we get scoregami?
No.
Unfortunately, no.
I wonder if the Vikings have ever had scoregami before. Because that's like my favorite Twitter account on Sundays is scoregami.
I feel like we have.
You just watch scoregami. Like, you ever go on
Didn't
Twitter?
we? Was that Packer game 43 to? It was 20. Yeah, 43-34, wasn't it?
Possibly.
I think
When-
that was scored.
When was that?
That was like 3 years ago.
Week 1, 2020.
Yeah.
Did we win?
No, we lost.
God, I can't remember what I had for breakfast yesterday.
I had eggs and ham.
Cam, I'll look it up on Mr. Stack.
Yeah, dude.
Thanks,
actually,
Bryson.
that guy and actually just every other thing that me and Cam don't do, Bryson does, because when you hire a couple more people and they just don't produce, it was scoregami.
It was scored.
Yeah! Fired up on
Not
Saturday
only the
night.
transition guy, I am the scoregami guy.
Only one.
Scoregami, baby.
Scoregami.
I'm just like, I don't even know what I am. I'm just here to talk. I'm just here to fill Cam's.
Just here so we don't get fined.
I'm just here for Cam's fill space. Like, whenever Cam doesn't want to talk, you can just throw me in and I'll mumble.
Yeah, like,
Sure.
are we both co-hosts or am I the host and you're the
I
co-host?
think we're both co-hosts.
I
don't
think
you
so,
I mean, I
too.
think we talk equally.
Yeah,
I mean,
except when we talk about two other teams and the Timberwolves and the Vikings.
and then it kind of it really depends on like what sport we're talking about because
Yeah,
I mean
it's-
I know all four.
It's kind of like a
I'm-
ship, right?
I'm pretty
Think
much
about
him. I'm pretty much him when it comes to Minnesota sports. Cam is like him with the lowercase. I'm him with uppercase.
Right. But think about it, right? So, like, this is me and you, like, when we talk
Talk
about
Vikings.
the Timberwolves and Vikings, right?
Yep.
And then it's like the Titanic when we talk about
Yep.
the Wild and the Twins. Like, you're
Yep.
you're here, you're actually, this is me because I'm holding us down and you're keeping us
Yeah,
up.
yeah. We're good though. We're gonna learn.
Yeah.
You have to, Cam. You have to start watching because we have a podcast, and for this podcast to take off, we have to know our stuff.
Gotta know our stuff. Oh, producer
Oh,
Bryson just
producer
got
Bryson
bit
might
by a
be
cat.
Carpal tunnel out for 2 weeks.
He
We
might
need a
have
new
to get a
editor.
rabies shot. Who knows?
Bryson has carpal tunnel. We need editor /
Yep.
everything else.
Who in the world could fill that position?
I have a couple of names, but I'm not going to say any names because why would I do that?
Yeah. We will release a job application. Jeez, English. Application.
You don't even need an application. You just say you want to help out and you're hired. It's not even really a job. It's just you can help us. It's not you're
Yeah,
hired.
it doesn't really take much effort.
Oh, we're keeping this in. This is getting kept in.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What I
Cam.
say? I
No, this
completely,
is getting. You are not editing this out.
I completely blanked there. What I
No,
say?
you are good. You called your shot, and I love it.
Okay, sorry. I don't know if that
Can't
was,
be that hard.
I think I was just thinking out loud there, potentially. Oh, that might be pass interference. Oh, he strapped him up. Never mind.
Seatbelt. Okay, let's actually get into the Vikings now. I feel
Okay,
like
let's talk about this week. We played Denver. Dolan Reisner coming back
preview.
to the Broncos.
Can Josh Dobbs?
Playing primetime.
Can he ball?
He's on his way. He's flying over. The altitude's a little different over there in Denver. Can he do it? We don't know.
We'll find out.
How long does this magic and this luck run for? Because for Case Keenum, it ran the entire season up until Philly.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
If you would have ran the whole season, me and you'd have.
We'd have a replica ring on her.
Yeah, there you go. I was looking for
Yeah.
that word. I couldn't find it.
Yeah, or else we'd have a replica trophy sitting somewhere.
We're right here.
Right here.
Yeah, right here.
For every single episode.
Every single episode.
But of course, it didn't happen that
And
way.
we'd kiss it before every episode.
Oh, yeah. I would.
Oh, okay.
What?
You said I will do things to it. I thought
No.
this is a PG. What do you think our podcast is rated?
It's definitely rated PG-13, I would say.
Well,
Actually,
probably
Okay.
mature.
Yeah. That's
It's
a good one.
colorful language.
Because
So-
they ask me, like, when I'm about to upload our videos and stuff, they're like, is this meant for kids? I'm like, well, yeah.
I mean, you think a 5-year-old's heard a swear word before? Yes.
yeah,
so
they
it's
have.
meant for kids.
Right, yeah. But is that very influential on our part? No.
No, not at all.
But that's how real people in the world talk, and people say cuss words. And that's just how it is.
100% agree.
Yeah. Like, what are you going to do? Tell your kids that they don't exist? Good luck. Or if you're
This is going everywhere, and I love it.
otherwise, if you're our fathers, then you can tell us to stop. But sorry,
I mean, we are technically adults, you know.
I was gonna say, we are what age, guys? We've said it before. Is it A?
Trivia.
Is-
Well, actually, we're kind of different ages right now.
What are you? 19?
Yeah. Oh, you.
Oh, no!
Cam.
Gosh!
Cam just ruined
Gosh!
the whole trivia game.
right.
You could have put that as a question in
Gosh!
Spotify.
Okay.
Cam,
Next,
you just
Vikings. God darn it! All right.
Cam. Actually, we have to edit all that out we just said. We have to edit this out too.
Yeah.
No.
We dropped some cuss words that 5-year-olds should not
And
listen
probably
to.
should let it out where, like, the cats and
I don't even think Bryson should hear those words.
Yeah, but Bryson says those words.
Yeah, especially when he's playing Fortnite with the boys at
But
night.
yeah, I mean, it gets a little crazy.
What did I have to bring this up? This is off topic, but what was the statement that Bryson made during the game and Luke Oshlager fell in love with? When
You're
Brand
not keeping us set.
Well, I mean, what'd you say?
Yeah, what did you say? Something with
I don't even remember.
I mean, I do.
Cam does.
So
Luke Oshlager also loves this, by the way.
speak now or forever hold
Hold
your
your
peace. Pointing at the cat. All right. Well, Bryson said "lucky dick," and I don't really understand. Maybe I just don't get the context, or maybe I don't understand the situation that was at hand. But I've never heard anybody say that before.
Yeah, that's very, very, very true. Okay, but let's bring it in here. Let's talk about the Vikes
All right,
for
we've
20
been
minutes.
we've been casting out different bait here. Let's try
But
to get.
it's good. This is a podcast. We have
It's
to
the
do what-
Bold North Sports Podcast.
It's not the Bold North Sports. We just talk about sports. It's podcast.
It's
And
the Bold
podcasting-
North Sports podcast.
You can podcast everything. Food,
Food.
drugs.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to cut that. Just wait. We can
Well-
podcast everything.
We could be
Food.
talking about the FDA. That's the
Okay,
Food
okay,
and Drug
okay.
Administration. That's a good thing.
We should start this whole podcast over.
Oh
I'm not doing that. Are you kidding me?
no, dude, this is a good podcast.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, you gotta stop talking because they can hear you mumbling through the speaker.
Yeah, they're not gonna understand what
Yeah.
you're saying unless you plug in that karaoke mic we got there.
It's like the guy from Charlie Brown, like the mom or is it the dad?
Charlie Brown? I
Yeah.
don't watch. I watch that every Christmas.
And Charlie Brown like goes up to him and then all you hear is wop wop wop
Uh,
wop. Yeah, that's what it's like when
Yeah, it's just
an
like you in
outside
the
voice
background.
talks. Or when Luke's upstairs yelling at the TV.
Yeah, but they are not here right now.
Which is perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
Yeah. Yeah, let's okay. On all serious note, let's reel in here. Reel it in.
Like Brian Robinson used to do.
Like Brian Robinson, right? Get someone
Why is-
on and then
why
hold
is
up that
somebody-
puppy and smile.
Why is somebody wearing two in a receiver? at
That should be
LSU?
retired.
Okay, that's actually another good segue, but this one by me.
Attaboy.
What do you want to talk about the Vikings?
Okay.
How you feeling about tomorrow?
Tomorrow, okay, so it's a primetime game. It's Josh Dobbs first with us. I think that things are going to go...
First primetime game without Kirk in 7 years.
Right. It's going to be rough. I think it's going to be a little rough around the edge. I mean, I don't want to beat around the bush or anything, but, like, it's just kind of like we're both hot. We're both hot teams, and, we got to play good D tomorrow. I mean, I don't really think that the Broncos offense is anything special, but, hey, they got to just keep points off the board, and we got to do our best. I think Hawks could have another big game tomorrow. Addison going against PS2. I'm not.
It's gonna be a Brandon Powell and KJ Osborne game.
Yeah, it's nice that we're getting KJ back because
And hopefully Jalen Naylor can do something too, because
Naylor he played a lot of snaps.
he got
last
one catch
Sunday.
for 16 yards.
Mhm.
I was actually in attendance for the game last week.
That's why we didn't record.
That's why our filming schedule was all messed up because of me.
Well, I
And
mean,
when we usually film, Evan Guile was driving home from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
the problem is that you work during the day and I work at night, so it's very hard to be able to record.
And late at night, we play Fortnite together.
Yes,
So
so
we
like
can't really do much. Like, the podcasting, it's hard. You know,
we're
you gotta
very
find
busy
time.
people.
We'll figure it out, though.
Yeah.
We do it for you guys. We don't do it for us. We do it for you.
Yeah. We don't make anything off of this, but if
Well,
you
this
would like
is-
to donate at my Venmo, just kidding.
The minimum I messed that up. I was going to say I can't say the word. I'm just going to skip that word. yeah, laugh at me, Cam. Yeah.
Minimum.
Yeah, minimum.
It's tough. It's a lot. Minimum.
Minimum.
It's like Nemo.
That's why, like-
It's like Nemo trying to say anemone. That's
Okay.
that's just what I thought of. I'm not making fun of you.
I mean,
It
I
just
think...
reminds me of it.
I mean, I don't know, man. I got a weird feeling about tomorrow's game. Can the pass or not pass or not?
Yeah, can the passer not pass? I love it when he runs. I mean, his escape.
That's something like I realized last
He's
2
good
weeks.
too. Malik Neighbors. Sorry.
We should get him. We should pick him in.
Right now.
We should pick him and the quarterback in the second and third round, and then you could trade KJ Osborne for like an 8th round pick.
Yeah, and then we draft Marvin Harrison
Yeah.
and Caleb Williams
An 8th round pick.
Marvin Harrison won't. be
and
there.
Brock Bowers.
Evan, an 8th round pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're adding that this year.
Yep.
They're adding
KJ
another
Osborne
round.
usually isn't good, but hopefully tomorrow we can cook.
What? What does that have to do with the 8th round pick?
I'm just saying, KJ Osborne's worth an 8th round pick.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's like a UDFA.
okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think he's definitely it's more so more comforting to know that Osborne's more of just a guy that you can fall back on rather than a guy that you need to step up and like take over. Because think about it, if this was a situation, right, we don't take Addison this year, right?
What do you mean?
Like
You're gonna go back to April and
Yeah.
take anybody else?
you
other
take
than
whoever else, whether that's
Will
whatever.
Levis. I
Whether,
mean, if you think about it, if you go back now, as much as like, I mean, I feel like the QB, like the future of the QB, has kind of changed since Kirk tore his Achilles. But I think if you go back to April and you don't pick Jordan Addison, I think you take Will Levis.
at 20 what? 23 maybe.
And I
don't
mean,
know.
in the couple games he's played, he hasn't looked terrible.
Oh my God, Jaden Daniels!
Okay.
Holy cow!
Is he gonna declare?
Yeah, he looks good in purple and yellow.
So did Jefferson. And
So did
LSU.
Jefferson. So did Jaqualen Roy. So did Ed Ingram.
So
so
did
did-
Naz Reid.
Naz Reid. I mean, come on, what more do we have to say?
But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think though if you don't take Addison, it's different because that's another good question. Because if you look back, if they don't take Addison, do they have in KJ's playing like this? I think you have a much shorter leash on Jefferson being on IR.
Yeah.
I think he's back already by now. But I think that they're handling it the proper way now. Because you got a studded Addison.
I mean, big props to Jordan Addison for stepping up. I mean,
I mean, it was either. I really feel like when Jefferson first went down, that KJ and Jordan were like the same. Like it was like whoever plays good will get more reps and will get the. What do you think are? I'm so bad with this, but what do you think? Like Jefferson runs the X or the Y?
he can line up anywhere. He runs.
Well, primarily, where does he run?
He'll-
You think he's an outer receiver mainly. So either the X
it's
or the
it's
Y.
the X or the Z.
Oh, the Z. That's what
Yeah.
I meant.
The Y and the F are the slots.
So I felt like those guys were like when he first got hurt, those two were like running the routes and whoever did it the best. But now it's clear cut that Addison's wide receiver 2 and KJ could be a wide receiver like 6. But hopefully he can show up tomorrow. Like tomorrow is got to be the KJ Osborne game, but I don't think it will be because I think TJ Hawkinson's going to eat.
Dude's been eating.
I just hope, for the love of God, that they don't run the 2-yard screens to Josh Oliver tomorrow, because I will break somebody's TV tomorrow.
You're going to be here for the game tomorrow, aren't you?
I will pay you for the TV, but if I see like 3 or 4 CJ Ham, Josh Oliver 2-yard screenplays to your blocking tight end and your fullback, I will not be happy.
Yeah, or if it's Johnny Munn, which we all love.
I love Johnny Munn.
We love him, but come on. There's got to be better. There's got to be better. Why don't you throw like a screen pass to Chandler or Kane?
Well, yeah, what are they going to do tomorrow at running back?
It should. Okay, so Madison is questionable. It's likely he's going to play, which is very, very interesting.
Want him to. I honestly don't want him to. I mean, Bryson does, because Bryson's got his jersey. He's all in on the Madison, the gang of Alexander Madison. Cam loved that one. But I want to see Ty Chandler, Kane, and Myles Gaskins cook tomorrow. So please hold Madison out so he's healthy.
What?
Dad's calling you.
He's calling you? Oh, he probably already tried to call me, but we are recording.
Pick it up. Go in the other room so we can keep ripping this.
Oh, he hung up. Well, Luke Oschlager, everybody.
Round of applause for Luke.
It's going to be fun watching the game with him tomorrow.
I love watching games with Luke. He is like the greatest guy ever. Because he like switches up so many times during the game. He'll be like, "We got this." No, we don't have it.
Yeah. My mom can predict the future. It's crazy with these games.
Really?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if she can predict the future, let's win the lottery twice and we just split
I
it.
was gonna say, like, if I could, like, if she like has like one of those glass like balls, you know, in front of her where it's like all smoky or whatever, and she goes, "I see a lottery won in your future." It's like, oh shit, when? And it's like, don't know, but you're going to. You better.
You said balls.
You got the maturity of a 10-year-old.
Sometimes I do. I thought it was a good opportunity to say that. Because you were like being so serious, and I'm like,
Yeah.
why not? Why not just completely throw a curveball to Cam sometimes?
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
That was a curveball.
Oh!
To Cam. Nope.
Oh, that's horse collar. No. Yep, there it is.
There it is.
See, that's why I need
It's
to
a
be.
2-yard penalty. It doesn't really matter.
That's why I got to be a ref.
You gonna be a ref?
Yeah, but they get paid like $250,000 a year.
Okay, Cam, you want to do that and have drunk people in the first row be like, Cam, you suck. That was a terrible call.
Yeah, but then I'm just gonna flex all my hundreds on them and be like, I only have to work 5 months out of the year.
Well, what happens if, like, you're, like, the head referee guy and, like, Peterson goes full 2009 Steelers mode on you, just trucks you.
Hey, you got a ticket. That was Jeff Dugan who ran into the ref. He just, like, right from behind. Hey, if that happens, like, it's a good story to tell.
True.
I mean, yeah, you're going to get hit. You'll probably get knocked out, you know, but, like, you'll be like, dude, some nobody, like, hit me. Or AP just trucked me, and I was
What are we going to name this podcast? We podcast for 45 minutes?
what we've been up to lately. Catching up on Minnesota sports.
Yeah, catching up.
Just catching up.
Hanging out.
How's it hanging?
But yeah, I honestly, I mean, are you nervous for tomorrow?
Not really, but I know that it's going to be not.
I
know
don't-
it's not going to be easy.
I don't really get nervous for games anymore.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice because, like, when I was, like, 12, it was, like, the Viking games I couldn't eat during. Like, I couldn't do anything during a Viking game because
It
I
was
was so
like
nervous.
you were in the game.
And now it's like I watch the game and it's like, I mean, like, obviously I show emotion during the games, but it's not like that gut feeling of nervous like during the games, which is nice. It makes it a lot more fun to watch
Yeah.
because you don't have to, like, your life doesn't depend on it. I mean, it does for us, but we're hardcore fans.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that I think it's not so much of a big deal anymore, especially since I don't let it ruin my week now. But yeah, this game I'm not that.
This game means a lot to me because I hate Butthole Eyes, Sean Payton. and I hate Russell Wilson, and them teaming up is terrible. I hate both of them. So this is a must-win game.
This is Russ.
What do you
Remember
mean?
last year? He was just stood at the middle of the field.
No, or this is the best thing. Broncos country. Let's ride. Broncos country. Let's ride.
Let's ride.
Yeah.
You know how many sacks Danielle Hunter's going to have tomorrow night? Unlimited.
Unlimited. I like what you did there.
Unlimited.
Unlimited.
I saw it on Twitter.
How
It
many
wasn't
interceptions is Russell Wilson going to throw to Mekhi Blackman tomorrow?
unlimited.
Yeah. Harrison
Yeah.
Smith, unlimited tackles tomorrow.
Harrison Smith, how many unnecessary roughness calls?
Unlimited.
Unlimited. How many?
How many blitzes from Brian Flores? Unlimited.
What?
We can play this game all night long.
Oh my God.
Bryson, what are we at for time here?
50.
50 minutes.
Probably like 45.
Yeah, talk about a short podcast.
It's good though, because this is like gonna be like the where we excel off.
Yeah.
So let's wrap this one up. What's your score prediction for tomorrow?
For tomorrow, I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think it's going to be a win. Win for the Minnesota Vikings.
Vikings, it's winning this game.
I'm going to say 27-20.
31-17, purple.
Okay.
Josh Dobbs throws 3 touchdowns and he runs for 1.
Yeah. If any of you are planning on getting any McChickens tomorrow, you won't be the only ones doing that before the game.
The only reason... Okay, so this is a little backstory.
Oh, okay.
Every game that me and Cam watch together, we go out to eat. And the last couple times it's been Chick-fil-A. But as some of you hardcore Chick-fil-A fans know, it's closed on Sunday. Because they love the Lord.
Yes.
More than me and Cam do. That's not even a debate.
That's not.
So me and Cam are looking for a new place to go before the game tomorrow. And we both love a good McChicken.
What?
And so we are going to go eat unlimited McChickens at McDonald's before the game tomorrow.
What?
That's right. And then the Vikes are going to beat up on the horses and we're going to run.
What?
Let's ride.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to end this because
It's going to be great.
this is a good podcast. But now that we've kind of somewhat covered all the teams that we were going to talk about tonight, we need to talk about the future of this podcast.
Oh, yeah. Well, Bryson has a score prediction here, so let me swing this over to him.
Get in. You have to get in. You have to get in picture.
23-20 Vikings.
Well, we got a nail biter from Bryson there.
Yeah, we got a Greg Joseph 69-yard game winner.
That's funny, Cam. Greg
The
Joseph
only
can't-
reason he makes is because of the altitude difference in Denver.
Okay, let's back to the future of this podcast. No, this podcast is not ending.
No.
We are just giving you, not really, it's a futures update of this podcast.
Yeah.
Cam, share what that in stores.
I don't know if we ever came up with a plan, but
Yeah.
we plan to hopefully record at least 2-3 times a week.
3 times a week.
3 times a week.
Unless we what we're deciding right now is if the Wild and the Wolves will get their own episode every week, or if we'll just put one together.
So basically, holy shit! What did it? Oh,
We have to leave that in. We have to. I've said that word too in this podcast. We have to leave it in.
okay. Holy cow! Okay. So since there are 3 teams playing as far as Minnesota sports right now, we got to talk about all 3 of them, which means we gotta set 3 days aside to be able, or just 1, and then talk about all 3 of them. Which, ooh.
I think we've both agreed that we're gonna do like just weekly updates with the Wolves and Wild because they play 2 to 3 times a week,
Right.
and we don't want to break down every single game.
Right.
Like it's the Super Bowl.
And a lot of the news that happens, you guys have probably already heard before everything comes out. We like to give our opinions. Obviously, don't take them seriously. Obviously, it's
Peter
just,
Bukowski has an opinion too. and
yeah,
we
don't
both
listen to
know-
him either.
Yeah.
We just we give our opinions and we try to, I guess, back them the best we can. But I don't know, they're not always right. We were definitely wrong with a lot of things, but hey, if we weren't wrong, we'd be perfect, and nobody's perfect.
But yeah,
Put that on a T-shirt.
I think, yeah, I agree with that. You know, this podcast has gone in all different directions.
Oh, yeah.
Unlimited outcomes.
North, south, east, and west.
We never eat soggy waffles.
Yeah. Well, that's what Patrick said. He was like, west.
Damn, loves Patrick Star. Okay, where can you find our social media?
We also have been talking about a potential project. We
have not made the final decision.
We have not, but there is a potential surprise. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, we'll definitely.
I will say, if it happens, it will be the dumbest and the funniest thing that many of you guys will see, maybe of the whole year.
Because, see, part of these mics, right? These mics, I don't know if they're meant for podcasting because they
maybe.
Let's just say that the holidays are coming up.
We wish you a Merry Kirkmas.
That's what 10K did, but we're going to do better if that falls through. We've sang this song before in a bloopers reel. So if you want to go back and look at those and try to figure out which one it is, you can. It's pretty blatantly obvious, but...
I may or may not have played it on my phone during the podcast.
Yeah, so, but, yeah, that could happen. Who knows? It's a project that we just thought of. But, and we just got to get some vocal training, and we're good.
All right.
So you can find us on social media, on Instagram, Twitter, not Facebook, at Bold North Sports. And then you can find us on TikTok at Bold North Sports Podcast. You can also find us on Spotify and Apple Music at Bold North Sports.
And YouTube.
And YouTube.
Where you're watching this now.
Yeah.
With Cameron Mansky and Evan Guile.
The Bold North Sports Podcast. Even though it's just called Bold North Sports on YouTube, to be exact.
And... we will see you guys next time after the Vikings whoop some Bronco ass.
Yeah, they're gonna... What? Oh, yeah.
That took you a minute to register, didn't it? Okay.
All right.
As always, we'll hit him with a dice roll, so until I die.